good morning everyone. So today we are going to learn about conditional. Okay, I've already asked you to watch the video, the TikTok video about conditional, first and zero conditionals. So today is 13th of October. So before we continue, let's look at our objective for today. Okay, for today we are going to look at our lesson objectives will be at the end of the lesson, people or you should be able to first understand what is zero and what is first conditional. Okay, so we're going to learn about zero and first conditional. Okay, and then after you learn about what is zero conditional, what is first conditional, then we will do exercises. Okay, so from here, we will be able to see whether you can use zero and first conditional correctly. Okay, okay, continue. Okay, as usual, before we start our lesson, I'm going to ask you to do the quiz so that we can check whether you have or whether you have learned about this before. Okay, maybe you have heard about it, or maybe you have come across these exercises before. But not to worry, just want to see whether there is an improvement or not. Okay, after you have learn or after we have discussed about this conditional. Okay, so I will share the link to these quizzes into the chat box now. Okay, please hold on. Let me go to quizzes first. Okay, now we are going to look at what is zero conditional. Okay, so from the words itself, okay, the words zero means, so zero here, zero conditional here means there is no condition. Okay, that means there is no requirement. I mean, there's no condition for you. Uh, in other words, it means it is true or it is the fact. Something that is not to be questioned. Okay, so when we talk about zero conditional, it is actually means something that you cannot question. Okay, so I think if you were to understand it that way, something that you cannot question mean you can understand. What do I mean by something that is not to be questioned? For example, okay, we use zero conditional to talk about things that are generally true. Mean based on fact. That means the thing is you cannot deny. Okay, you cannot say that that is not correct. That means there's no condition that for you to say that it is not correct. Okay, so for example, okay, things that are generally true, like we know that when you drink coffee at night, okay, you may have difficulty sleeping. Okay, that is one example. Or the second example is more solid example, I would say. Okay, second example is more solid. Okay, for example, when you say water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, that means this shows that it is a fact. Okay, you cannot say that it is not true because it is a fact that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, can you think of any other example where it shows something that you cannot change? Okay, another things for you to understand about zero conditional is something that you cannot change. Okay, the sun set in the west, okay, and rise in the east, okay, and then ice will melt at 0 degrees Celsius, but water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. All the facts we cannot change, so that is what we call as zero conditional. Okay, something that is always true or based on facts. That is zero conditional. So now I want all of you to think of one. Okay, think of one statement. Okay, that is showing based on facts. Okay, so can you think of one statement? Okay, that showing the facts. Okay, if you cannot say it, you can just type in the chat box. Find one statement that showing facts or generally true. Okay, I'm not sure if you have that in your exercise textbook or not. Okay, but if you refer to your textbook, okay, There are, okay, under zero conditional, we have statement like if you exercise regularly, okay, you stay in shape. Okay, or if you have to say, if you eat a lot of sugar or if you consume a lot of sugar, you get diabetic. Or maybe that is not something for us to say that is based on fact. But so if it's not to be maybe not everyone who consume sugar they will get diabetic, so we cannot say that as zero conditional. Okay, but here the statement here we said that if you exercise regularly you will stay in shape, so that is the zero conditional statement. Now based on your textbook, okay, the example given, the second example is when a player gets the ball in the net, he scores a point. So that means there is no other argument to say here that, of course, when a player gets the ball in the net, definitely they will score a point. That is also another example of showing based on facts, okay, or generally true. Okay, so can any one of you, or I think I want everyone to find one statement that showing the facts, and then please type in the chat box now, or you can just say it orally also can.
We have to sleep 8 hours per day.
If you are mentioning about have, that means you are giving like a suggestion. Okay, we have to sleep at least 8 hours a day. You can turn that into if you sleep 8 hours a day, you will be, or sorry, if you sleep 8 hours every day, you will be healthier or you will be in good condition. Okay, so you can turn that into if you sleep at least 8 hours per day, you will be in good condition. Like that. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
teacher.
Okay. Good. Sharon, how about you, Sharon? Do you have any other examples to share with us?
Yes, teacher. If you freeze water, it will turn into ice.
Louder. Why am I not hearing you loud? Okay. Wait. I adjust my volume first. Okay. Yeah. Once again, Sharon.
If you freeze water, it turns into ice.
Oh, okay. If you freeze, isn't it? If you freeze water, it turns into ice. Okay. If you freeze water, it turns into ice. Okay. Okay. That means that is based on facts. Okay. If you freeze water, it will turn into ice. Okay. Okay, good. Next is Tamil. Tamil, yes, can I hear from you, Tamil? Any example showing either based on facts or generally true? Normally, we will use either we start with if or when. Okay, it can be in the middle or it can be in the first when you want to start the sentence. Okay, you can say when I drink too much coffee, or you can also say if I drink too much coffee at night. Okay, either one. Tamil, no response from you. Yeah, how about Divya? Divya, what happened to you? I saw you in and out. Okay, maybe your connection is not secure. It's okay. Shall we go to one? Okay, one, do you have any examples to share with us on zero conditional? The most important thing is you know how to differentiate between zero and first conditional. Okay, so now we have learned about zero conditional. Means something that you cannot deny. You cannot say that it is not true. Okay, something that is always true. Okay, or based on fact. Just remember that zero conditional. Okay, now I'm going to go to the next one, which is on first conditional. So what is first conditional? Okay, let's look at. Okay, first conditional. Okay, look at the sentence there. We use first conditional to talk about things we believe might happen in the future. So this one is not based on facts anymore. You see or not? Here, the first conditional means it is not based on facts. It is based on what you believe that it might happen in the future. So when we talk about future, okay, so what will be in that sentence? Okay. So the clue here is the word future. When we say future, so you look at the example here. Okay, number one, sorry, A. If the weather is sunny, we will go to the beach. Okay, which one is in the sentence here showing the future? Which word showing future here? Who can tell the class? Who can tell everyone? Which is the word here that means future, that show future? Okay, which word? Okay, when we talk about future, it should be, okay, look at the sentence here. If the weather is sunny, so again, they still use the word if. Okay, if the weather is sunny, we'll go to the beach. Okay, so here, look at, I underline the word will. Okay, that will here is from the words we will. Okay, so the word will is the one that show the future. Okay, if the weather is sunny, we'll go to the beach. Okay, so will. And remember, after the word will, there should be the original verb. You cannot add es or ed or ing. Okay, will go. Okay, so every time after will, there must be original verb. Okay, okay, so we have if, we have will. So this is the first conditional, remember. Just now, zero conditional, there's no will. Okay, because it is a fact. You cannot say akan. Of course, it happens. Okay, but for first conditional, there is a word will here. Okay, okay, let's look at B. I'll fetch you if or when I finish my homework. Okay, again, I'll fetch you if or when I finish my homework. Either one. You can say, I'll fetch you if I finish my homework, or you can also say, I'll fetch you when I finish my homework. Either one. Okay, so if you refer to the example in A and B, here you start with if or when, but B, you start with I'll first and then when or if in the middle. Doesn't matter. It can be in front like here or it can also be in the middle like here. That means the word if or when can be in front or can be in the middle. Okay. So when the if is in the middle like B, so the will be in front. See, you know, I'll fetch you mean I will fetch you if I finish my homework. Or you can also say when I finish my homework, I will fetch you. Same thing. Okay, same thing. Okay. Or if I finish my homework early, or if I finish my homework, I will fetch you. Okay, you can also say that. Okay, it can be in the middle or can be in the beginning of the sentence. Okay, so here again for B, the word I will. I'll mean I will here. So after will, see the word fetch. Fetch is in the original verb. Okay, no S, no ED, no ING. You remember that. Okay. Okay, so that is first conditional. Okay. So I think by now you should be able to differentiate between zero and first conditional. Okay, remember zero conditional, there's no will. Okay. First conditional, there should be a will. Okay. Okay, any questions before we do the exercises? So you have to really know the difference first, okay, before we do the exercises. Okay, so if there is no question, okay, now let us do the exercise. Okay, activity A. Okay, please refer to your textbook. Okay, I'll give you the link to Peer Deck for you to type your answer here. Okay, hold on. Okay, stop sharing first. Okay, activity A. Okay, before you do anything, please listen to my instruction first. Okay, what you need to do is, okay, look at your textbook at the same time. Okay, question number one. Which conditional, okay, is used to talk about facts? Sorry, which conditional is used to talk about something that is likely to happen in the present or in the future? Okay, so again, which conditional is used to talk about something that is likely to happen? Likely. Okay, likely means it may happen, it may not happen. That means there is a condition there. Okay, so which conditional? Is it first conditional or is it zero conditional? For zero conditional, there is no likely at all. Okay, definitely it will happen. There's no likely anymore. Okay, okay, so you please type either zero or first. Okay, okay. Then number two, which conditional is used to talk about facts and general truths? Okay, I think I've shown this in my slide just now. Okay, okay. Number three, which conditional can you use when instead of if? Okay, just now I think I already mentioned when or if. Okay, and then four, which conditional can we also use may, might, or could with? Okay. Okay, let's check if you have responded to that. Yes, okay, very good. We have already got 3 out of 5 responses. The rest, please make sure you write in your exercise book. Okay, you can just write first or zero. You don't have to write conditional. Okay, because conditional will be the same for all. So you write either first or zero. That will be enough. Okay, yes. Okay. I think most of you have done your responses or your answers for the first activity. Okay, let's discuss together. Okay. Okay, the first one. Okay. Which conditional? Okay. Tamil. How do you spell first, Tamil? You spell first wrongly. Okay, look at this one. This is the correct spelling for the word first. Okay, Tamil? Okay, please. Okay, good. Okay, do the changes now. First. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, the first answer is which conditional that used to talk about something that is likely to happen in the present or in the future. That means it can also be in the present, but likely to happen. Not to say that it will happen, but likely. Okay, so first one, the answer is first. Yes, very good. All of you got it correct. Okay, number one is first. Okay, give yourself a tick. I think you can tick. If you can find a symbol for you to tick, you can do that. Okay, I'm not sure. I saw I think one of the students from 5 classes, they put a tick at the end of the answer. Okay, number two. Okay, number two, which conditional that talk about the general truth, right? Okay, or facts. So that is none other than zero. Yes, very good. Okay. Okay, number three. Okay, which conditional can you use when instead of if? Okay, this one is either when or if. I think it is under zero. Okay. Number three should be zero. Okay. Yes. Okay, Tamil, please do the correction. Number three, zero. Okay, number four. Okay, number four. Number four, let's look at the question. Number four, which conditional can we also use may, might, or could? Okay, just now I think I've already mentioned you can also use other than will for the first conditional. So the answer is first. Okay, number four is first. Tamil, please do the changes, do the correction. Number three, zero. Number four, first. Okay, terbalik. Okay, now we are going to do activity number next activity, which is B. Okay, get ready. Okay. Okay, this one is okay. This one you have to write. You have to type a sentence. Okay. Okay. Use the prompts to write zero conditional. Remember, we are going to write for zero conditional first. Okay, everyone, in your notebook. So that means if you are doing in peer deck, you will type in peer deck lah. Okay. Okay. Let's look at the question first. Okay, use the prompt to write zero conditional sentences in your notebook. Okay, you hit the ball past the other player, you get a point. How are we going to write this into a sentence? Okay, you can also, okay, remember, you can use either if or when. Okay, so let's say you want to start with if. Okay, if, okay, you will add if you hit the ball past the other player, you get a point. Remember, zero conditional, there is no will. Okay, there's no word. You shouldn't be using the word will. Okay, it must be simple present tense. If you hit the ball past the other player, you get a point. Okay, you don't have to write will here. Okay, atau or if you want to start with, you will get a point. You get a point if you hit the ball past the other player. Also can. Either you want to start with if or you want to start with the result first, and you want to write if in the middle. Also can. Okay. Okay. If you hit the ball past the other player, you get a point. Okay, so that is also another example. Okay, number two, let's say you want to start with when you boil water, it evaporates. Okay, because remember, it must have S. It evaporates. Okay, I'll show you one example first. Okay. Example for number one, just now, if you hit the ball past the other player, you get a point. Okay, so you don't write will because this is zero conditional. We are talking about zero conditional now. Okay, so
Teacher,
now let's look at, yes, yes. You
uh, so
cannot
we
see?
have to write the same sentence there, right? Or we
Of
have to
course.
write in our own.
No. If you want to start, yes, you have to write the same idea, but if you want to type like if you want to put you get this one you want to put first, right? You get a point if you hit the ball. This one also can. Okay. You want to write either
Uh,
one. Okay.
okay, teacher,
Ah.
thank you.
Yes, either one. Either you want to start with if or you want to start with the result first. Okay, you get a point if you hit the ball past the other player. Also can. Either one. Okay. Not number two then. This shouldn't be number two here. But if you start with if, normally there is a comma. Okay, after the word player, there must be a comma there. Okay, I'll do number two, then the rest I will let you do the rest. Okay, say I do number two. If you mix orange and brown, you get yellow. Okay, good. For number two, you cannot start with it. Okay, number two. Okay, what is if you start the sentence with it? What does it refer to? Okay. So if you want to start with evaporate, what you have to write is water evaporates if you boil it. It should be like that. Or if you don't want to do a lot of thinking of whether that sentence is correct, you just start with if. Then it'll be easier. If you boil water, it evaporates. You cannot start a sentence with it because it we do not know you are referring to what. Okay, yes. If you mix and brown brown it become yellow. That is a fact. If you mix colors, right? If you mix colors, orange and brown, it will turn into yellow. This is based on facts. How to get green? Anybody knows how to get green? If you mix blue and yellow, you get green. Okay, for example. Or if you mix red and yellow, you get orange. Okay. If you sunbathe for hours, okay, you burn. If you get to the end first, you win the race. Okay. Okay, number six. Who want to try number six? Make sure when you write your sentence, practicing a correct use of punctuation. Okay. That means when you start a sentence, make sure you write in a capital letter. Okay. If I must be capital. Okay. Practice writing that from now. Okay. Because if you practice from now, then you will do it perfectly in your exam. If you eat too much, you get fat. Yes, definitely. So there we have already finished for activity B. Okay, now we are going to look at activity C. Okay, for activity C, what you have to do is match and then write sentences in your notebook or in peer deck using the first conditional. Okay, now we are going to write for first conditional. Just now is zero conditional. Now is first conditional. Okay. Okay. So remember for first conditional, you can either use the words like will, could, or may. Okay, if you want to, or you can also write should. Okay, either may, might, should, could, will. Okay, all the modal verbs, all the helping verbs there. Okay, you can use that. Okay, let's look at C. I'll take you to C in peer deck now. Okay, I think all of you have finished until 6. Okay, very good, everyone. All of you done until 6. Okay, let's continue. Okay, activity C, match and then write sentences in your notebook or peer deck using the first conditional. Okay, remember we are going to do first conditional 1 until 6 as well. Okay, let's look at the question. Be thirsty. Okay, now you are going to match first. Match dulu. Be thirsty. What you should do if you are thirsty? Okay, which one you want to match? One with which alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, or F. If you are thirsty, what you should do? Okay, of course, it should be D. Drink some water, right? Okay, so how are we going to make a sentence with that? Okay, let me show you. Okay, this one we have done with the 0. Now we go to first conditional. Okay, I type here first conditional. Okay, title. So if you are doing it in your exercise book, also you can type that. Okay, for one. Okay, let's look at number 1. I will increase the font first. Be thirsty, drink some water. Okay, be thirsty. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Why you is so small? Okay, later I'll increase. You should drink, okay, some water. You should drink some water if you are thirsty. You should drink some water if you are thirsty. Okay, here, okay, what differentiate this sentence from zero conditional? The word if is there. Okay, you underline if. So this one is if, that means this is conditional. Okay, but we don't know whether this is zero or first. Okay, the next thing you should look at is this one, the word should. Okay. When you see the word should, it shows that it is the first conditional. Because in zero conditional, there's no should, there's no may, there's no might or could, there's no such words. Okay? Only in first conditional you have all this may, might, could, should, will, all this. Okay? In zero, you only have simple present tense, no will, no nothing. Okay? Okay, now number 2. Okay, match the sentence first for number 2. Feel cold. If you feel cold, what you should do? What you should do if you feel cold? Okay, I want to ask. Okay, I want to ask, and then you find the match first, then you construct a sentence. Okay, number 2. Any volunteers? I want to call someone to help me to construct the sentence. How about how about Devian? Okay, Devian, are you there? Can you please match feel cool with what? Number 2 is which alphabet should go to number 2? Which alphabet should go to should go with number 2? 2C. Okay, let's look at 2. Feel cool, put on a sweatshirt. Okay, good. So now, how are you going to construct a sentence? Okay, with these words. Feel cool, put on a sweatshirt. Okay, who can do this? That means now you need to have a subject. Okay, you need to have like the word if. Okay, for example, if you feel cool, you should put on a sweatshirt. Okay, or if I feel cool, okay, I will put on a sweatshirt. Also possible. Okay, as long as you have the word if and you have the word will or should or could or may and so on. Okay, it doesn't matter as long as you have all the words that you should have in the first conditional. Okay, let's check your response in peer deck. Okay, good. You have to have like the sentence as well for apart from the answer. you need to type the sentence. Don't just give the answer D, A or B, C. You also need to come up with a sentence. Okay? Yes. Just add next to the alphabet and then you type the sentence. I'll show you, okay, the example. Okay, this now number one is what? What do we match number one with drink? So number one is D. Okay, so you can write D here on a sweat. Sweat tu macam pakaian tebal lah, sweatshirt. Okay, if you feel cool. Okay, so the word should underline or you can highlight. Okay, you please that is the clue. Okay, for the first conditional. Okay, you have to highlight or underline those clue. Okay, now we go to number three. Okay, okay, number three. What is the question number three? Be hungry. Okay, don't bother about the word be there. The word be means you are or you or she is. Okay, it can be am, is or are. Be here refer to either am, is or are. Okay. Okay. If you are hungry, what you should do? If you are hungry, you should eat something, right? Okay. So eat something nutritious. Okay. Now, three is B. Okay. We type B first. Okay. The matching. Then we type the sentence. Okay. If you want to change the word you to others, also can. Okay. Maybe you want to put a name. If Jane is hungry, remember I said just now be means am, is or are. Or if you want to say if I am hungry also can. If Jane is hungry it also can. If Jane is hungry, he will eat something nutritious. Okay. Okay. Now we go to number 4. Number 4, what is the question? Be tired. Again, be am, is or are. Okay. If you're tired, what you should do? Take a short break. So 4 is F. Okay, so 4F sentence. Okay, now I want to change the subject. If I am tired, because I said kalau B you can write either am, is or are. If I am tired, I will take a short break. Want to win. So if you want to win, what you should do? Want to win. Okay, anyone. Okay, it can be you, it can be I, it can be she. Okay, so let's say we take you lah. If you want to win, you must try your hardest. If you do not want to be for the race, so those are the sentences for first conditional. Okay, for the first conditional. Okay, again, activity D, complete the text with the correct form of the verbs in bracket. Okay, I show you one example. Let's say the first one, if you not know what which is what. So what you should write here? If you, before the word not, what we should put? Okay, I show you the, so I give you one example. If you do, you have to add do, do not know. So do, D must be small, cannot be big. If you do not know, so that would be the answer to number 1. Okay, if you do not know, or we want to write in a short form also can. If you don't know, so can. And something new, everybody wants to buy it. Okay, so this one is should be zero conditional. Okay, zero conditional because they start with the word when, and then there is no should, no will, there's no could or may or might. Okay, so we know that is a zero conditional, so we can write the simple present comes. Okay, virtual sports certainly have their advantages. If you uh, if you enough time to go to a sports club, you can exercise at home. Okay, so again, this is the same like number 1. If you just now do not know, this one do not have. Okay, or don't have. So you can write don't have. And then number 4, moreover, you can play a game of tennis or football when it outside. When it, you can play a game of tennis or football when it outside. This one, okay, you have to add ing when it is raining. It is raining. Okay. Number 5 and number 6, I will let you do. Okay, you try to complete your on with your own answer for number 5 and 6. What do you think number 5 and 6? However, there is one disadvantage when you, or very simple, this one, when you do, when you will choose, when you, okay, whether you want to write when you do or when you're doing or whatever, virtual sport, you don't have an experienced instructor to give you advice. Okay, so if you are one of those people who does not want to leave the comfort of their own home, you love virtual sport. Okay, number 4 is training, correct. Number 5. Okay, I want to see your answers for number 5 and 6. Okay, 1 is given, number 5 doing. What is number 5 again? Let's check the sentence. However, there is one disadvantage when you, okay, so my clue is number 5, no ing. Yeah? Number 5, no ing. That is the clue. No ing. And then number 6 is in future. Okay, number 6 is in future. Number 5, no ing. Number 6 in future. Okay, correct. 1, number 5 is correct. Okay. 1 do number 5 correctly. Okay. Number 5, no ing. Okay. Number 5 should be the original word. You just write or type the same word. Okay. That is in the bracket. Okay. Number 6, I said there must be showing a future. So kalau future, what you should write? What word showing a future? Yes, very good, Saranya. Okay. So number 6, you can see Saranya's answer. Number 5, you can see one's answer. The rest, you have to do your correction for number 5 and 6. 5, 1 answer is correct. I'm showing it now. Number 6, Saranya's answer is correct. Number 1, don't know. Number 2, comes. Okay, number 3, don't have. Number 4, is raining. Number 5, do only, do. Number 6, will love. Will love. Okay. Number 6, will love. You will love virtual sports. Okay, that is the number 6. So number 5 is the word do again. The 6, will love. Okay, so if we have finished, so we are going to do the quiz, post quiz. Okay, we do the same quiz, and then I think some of you have shown an improvement from the first quiz. Okay, and some of you managed to get all the question being answered correctly, 100%. We got 2 with 100%. Okay, and also some of you do not shows an improvement. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, so at least you have learned something in today's lesson. Okay, that is good. Okay, you can draw or you can also type. Okay, doesn't matter what you have learned in today's lesson. Okay, this one I learned about zero and first conditional. Yes, conditional, zero and first. I learned about first and zero conditional. I learned about how to use conditional in sentences correctly. Okay, I learned about zero and first sentences. Zero and first conditional sentences. Okay, today I learned about the conditional. Okay. Okay, so I think we have come to the end of our lesson for today. Yes, okay, all of you have managed to share your responses on what you have learned in today's lesson. Okay, I learned about zero. Okay, good. How to write sentences using first conditional and zero conditional. Okay, Tamil. Okay, you are trying to fix into the boxes. Okay, that's all for today. Okay, thank you for your participation, and I hope you have learned something today. Okay, take care and stay safe.